Good morning, kindergarten. So we are going to make a leaf painting today, or drawing, depending on what materials you want to use. So this painting here is a painting of leaves by Georgia O'Keeffe. And as you can see, she painted the leaves nice and big on her paper, and it looks like there's leaves in the background. And I just love the way she uses like color and light and dark to show shadow and texture, so like making the leaves look like you could feel them and what they would feel like kind of crinkly. And I wanted you to notice like the lines that she used to make the leaves, because we're gonna focus on some different types of lines to make our leaves. I know we practiced lines last week. So these are some examples. We're gonna make a painting, and you can draw either 2 or 3 nice big leaves, and they can overlap if you want them to. These are both examples from previous years. Or they can just look like they're falling, and we're going to paint the leaves with warm colors, which are red, yellow, and orange, and then you can paint the background with a cool color, so blue, green, or purple. For this I used tempera paint, but I'm actually going to use washable paint for the lesson today. So I've got blank paper and a Sharpie. I'm going to draw my leaves with a Sharpie, but I'm going to show you a trick. If you do have watercolors at home, you can use this trick with a crayon, or oil pastel works well too. So we're just going to use different types of lines to make our leaves. So we'll start with, I'm going to do 3. We'll start with a curved line. So if you make 2 curved lines, and then I just didn't quite touch them at the end because I want to make another 2 curved lines for my stem. And then I'm going to have 1 line go up the center, and the lines I'm making on the inside of the leaf are the veins. So the veins help travel the water from the ground when it rains, right? It starts in the roots, and then it goes up the trunk, and it goes down the branches into the leaves, and the veins are what carry the water all the way to the ends. So my favorite leaf to make is an oak leaf, and that's like a bumpy line. Come down and make my stem. I love making the oak leaf. I think it's because I like the bumpy line. Now the next leaf that I'm going to make is similar to like a maple leaf, but it's not perfect. And this would be almost like a zigzag line. So you've got some points. So there's my maple-ish leaf, but it's okay if it's not perfect. Getting a leaf with the points, I think, is good. Okay, so there's my leaves. If you're gonna just color this with crayons or markers, that's perfect. Remember to make your leaves warm colors, which are orange, yellow, and red, and you can kind of mix them, or you could do 1 of each, whatever makes you happy. And then if you could do the background with a cool color, so green, blue, or purple. So if you are going to use watercolor, you can actually trace over your lines with a crayon, and it doesn't have to be black. I'm using black because I Sharpied my lines so that you guys could see it in the video, but you don't have to Sharpie. You could just use a pencil, and then maybe you could outline your leaves with a crayon that's orange or red or brown or yellow, whatever makes you happy. But the crayon and oil pastel, if you have that, kind of helps when you go to watercolor from your water mixing, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So I'm just going to finish up tracing. So I'm tracing all my lines that I made with the Sharpie with this crayon. And you want to push down pretty well. So like you don't have to push down super hard. But, oopsies. Look, Miss Kosky made a mistake, and it's totally okay. Because it happens. Oops, I made another mistake. Okay, so now I can go ahead and watercolor, and I'm going to show you a little bit of watercolor in the video, and then I'll time-lapse the rest. So I'm going to start with yellow. Just want to make sure you can see this. Okay. Start with yellow, and what happens is like the wax from the crayon kind of creates like a little barrier so that your water doesn't run away down the like onto your background. So oil pastel and crayon will make this nice barrier for you. And with watercolor, it's nice because you can mix on your paper. You don't want to mix in your palette because you want your palette to stay, like, all the colors should stay organized. So, like, I'm rinsing my brush each time. But you can mix your colors on your leaf, on your paper. So, right, my 3 warm colors are yellow, orange, and red. So I'm going to go ahead and in a time lapse, which means like a quick video, I'll paint my other 2 leaves, and then I'm going to paint this background purple because I showed you a green and blue one already. So I'm going to get to work.